All right, everybody. My name is Buddy Odell. I'm with Fish Call Lures. We are kind of a one-of-a-kind lure company. We put scent inside the hard body lure. We're a company just getting started. We hadn't been around very long. We've been selling for about 7 months now. Some of the lures have caught us a bunch of fish. We have won the first place in the Wahoo division at the Alabama Deep Sea Fishing Rodeo, a 58-pounder, for our first ever, trying to get out there with a big tournament. So we have the possibility of a lot of second strikes when you're out fishing. If you have a strike on your lure, be patient. You might want to stop the lure, wait, because if he came by and got a strike and you missed him, he's going to get a taste of the scent, and he has more likely to come back. Because most lures, when a fish is, they can smell pretty good. Like they'll smell the plastic instead of the on the lure and swim away if they miss it. Whereas our lures have a lot better chance of having that second strike. It kind of makes sense. That's our slogan for the company. Is it just makes sense? We use the spell scent SCENTS. So pretty much what we do, it just makes sense. The scent comes out. If you want a lure, and if these are hard body lures, if you want them to act like a real lure, you have to trick the fish to trick their senses. In other words, a fish can smell up to 1,000 times stronger than a dog. I don't know if you realize that, which is really strong. I saw a video where they had a bloodhound that was trying to find a dead body in this lake. So he got on the boat, followed the bloodhound's nose. Bloodhound jumped out of the boat, went down 60 foot down, there was the body. So 60 foot of water, 60 foot down, it was a dead body. The dog could smell it. So fish can smell 1,000 times stronger than a dog, which is hard to believe. And as they get older, so to try to trick the big ones, everybody wants to catch the big one, right? So as they get older, that grows to 3,000 times stronger than a dog. So it's kind of hard to believe it's that strong. Well, we all know a shark can smell blood from a long ways away. So it's hard to believe that fish can actually kind of mimic what a shark can do. I've used my lures and caught a ton of different type fish. We had been out trolling. We had never caught a shark trolling before. He actually caught the first shark with my first one of these. It was a prototype that we go across the top of the water. We put a cigar nut behind it. We went out there probably 15 minutes and he caught about a 10 to 12 foot shark. And I caught another shark. We've never caught sharks trolling before. So obviously they are smelling the scent as it comes out the back of the lure. I'm on these lures, and we get one out for you. Now to tell that you're able to use the lure right, and it's coming out the back of the lure, say at the back hole right there, this whole area right here will be covered with scent. So you'll know that it's working just by looking at the back of the lure, okay? And also it'll be dripping. I've seen it dripping off the hook. It's a long spike, so you know when you control it, it's leaving a long trail, okay? The scent is a very sticky gel. It's like Vaseline. So if you ever dealt with Vaseline, you can't throw it off your finger very well. So once you load the lure and you go to throw it, so it doesn't get all over you, it stays actually inside the chamber. When the lure is being reeled in, it doesn't come in like this, right? It comes in like this because of the lip, okay? When this hole right here, the front hole and the back hole line up level across, I call that direct flow through the lure. That gives the most pressure to push the scent out the back, okay? So without the direct flow like this, you're not going to get anything out. So all of my lures are going to have a lip to be able to do what type of system I'm using to get the flow out the back of the lure, okay? Now, we have different types of scent. A lot of fish are specific. I've learned, like Spanish mackerel, just by going out and fishing, they love sardines. So we have a sardine scent for that. We were out fishing one day, we were running, and I had just gotten a sardine scent. I said, let's try the sardine scent. So I tried the sardine scent, it was probably 10, 15 miles out. Then I started catching Spanish, 10, 15 miles out, one right after another, and I'm like, why? So I went to the internet and said, what do they like most to eat? Sardines. So a lot of times, if you can get specific with the fish and know what they like to eat, and use the scent that you're going after. Like we all know shrimp works for redfish, speckled trout, pretty much anything. You know, flounder, everything. So I have a lot of shrimp that goes with my lures. Lures go different depths, as you know, because of the lip, right? A bigger lip means you're going to go down deeper. Now, the faster you reel in, also, it'll make the lure go deeper. So if you have a less of a lip, if you reel fast, you want to go deeper down, you can go deeper than actually what's on the chart that says it might go 4 to 6 feet or whatever. You can get it to go deeper. Now, when you're fishing and you're having to deal with current is a big problem when you're throwing a lure and you're trying to reel back against the current. Because if the current's real strong, it's going to take it down deeper and you can get hung up. It depends on how deep you're fishing. And also, it will take the juice out of the lure quicker because of, you know, the current is going against it. So it's not going to last nearly as long. Now this scent, it's going to get, as winter like this time of year, it's going to be a lot thicker when you're trying to fish with it. And it's going to thin out as it warms up, if that makes sense, okay? So in the summertime, it's not going to last as long as it would in the wintertime because it's a super gel, but it gets more pliable as it heats up. So as the water gets up to 85 degrees compared to 55 now, you're not going to have it last as long. Now the best way to know how to tell if you're actually out of scent and you need to reload, okay, just go like this and look through the lure. If you see light coming through, then you need to reload. Now there will probably still be scent on the back of the lure when you can see light going through. That just tells you that it's working, okay, and you're getting the juice to come out. So if you're having to reload, it's obviously working and doing what it's supposed to do, okay? That's about it. Like I said, I have different lures. Now, I have these offshore lures. They are a little bit bigger, obviously. They go for bigger fish, wahoo, mahi. Another thing, if you have a problem with the lure not running right, so you got hook on the bottom, you pull it off the bottom, you might get a little bit of a bend on the hook, and that will make the lure run off. So you might want to check it and make sure and bend the hook back. If you catch a big fish on a small hook, you know, it might bend a little bit, and it'll make the lure run off because the hook bends really good. And all these lures, yeah, they have rings, so you can change the hook out on all of them. No, it will not affect the action whatsoever. Exactly. And I actually put the bigger hooks on these. They came with smaller hooks, and I put bigger hooks on these, and they wasn't as live on the offshore. Yep. So I've come out with all types of different type of lures, like this one right here. I have what is called a scent tube. Okay, this has 4 holes in it for scent. Okay, when it goes through the water pushes the scent out the back. Okay, that's what essentially goes into here, like that. Okay, so with this type of lure, it's an offshore lure. It's like a bubbler, but I put weight on it. You can put a cigar mint on the back of it, and you can put different size weights on this, so you control at different depths with it, instead of it just being, you know, and then you just unscrew it to change out your weight. So if you want a heavier weight, and you get a heavier weight. Now, I sell the weights with lures. That's, you know, a few things that I'm working on. I have this lure here. These are really small lures. Essentially, this lure here, the scent tube that I cut like that, and these can go in front of, like if you have any lure that you like, that's not a scented lure, you can put this like that far in front of it, like that, fill it up with scent, and it scents your lure behind that you're trolling like this. So it turns any lure that you have into a scented lure. And these are all just product that I'm designing, that I'm working on and trying to come out. You know, because I know everybody has their own lures that they like to fish with, you know. So if you just put this, you know, like a teaser or whatever in front of it, and I'm going to put I'm going to put like a reflector type tape on it, you know, to make it look prettier, you know what I'm saying? And it looks like that lure behind is chasing that one right there, like that. It'll be putting the scent off onto your lure as you reel in. So I'm just coming out, I've had all kinds of different products. What I'm working with, so, and that's about it. I think that pretty much covers everything.
Oh yeah.